blessed day, everyone. Greetings to you in the name of the Father, the Creator, the Most High, Ella, Yah, Yod-He, Vahue, Elohim, the Netter of Netter, God in your modern day name, Kodowish, 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 Yod-He, Vahue, Sebayot, and in the name of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Yohewah, Adonai, Kodowish, 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 Adonai, Sebayot. This is Neophyte DAG, bringing you another message. The regeneration of the Adam KADMON. Yes, I said it. And the parable of the crafty eagle. They came and they made a whole lot of trouble, the two eagles. And the crafty paper bulls, they passed against the children of Israel, the children of Jacob, the children of Judah, the children of Ephraim, the children of Levites, and the boot of Florida. They're now holding under their control. That's the crafty eagle with the paper bull, the law, L-A-W, that they passed. And it was warned unto you in Hosea 8 verse 1. Said the trumpet, children of Israel. Said the trumpet, oh the prophet. He came as an eagle. He came already here, making all kind of problems for the children of Israel. And at his last time now, he doesn't want to go willingly. That's what he's been giving you, making all kind of plans against the house of the Lord, against the people of the Most High, causing all kind of transgression, violating every rule he can possibly violate, out of balance with the true law of God, L-A-W, that he turned upside down and turned it back ways. He has transgressed against the agreement. He has transgressed against the agreement, the covenant that the Most High and the Lord made with his people. And he has been out of violation with all the laws of the Most High. Hosea 8 verse 1 warned you. Nahum 1 verse 11 did just the same. Say that Roman eagle that came will appoint one person to make sure all of the Most High's law and the Lord's law are completely transgressed and trespassed against, and the covenant broken into many pieces. There is one that came out of that eagle. He imagineth evil against the Lord, and performed all kind of wicked law against the house of Israel. Nahum 1 verse 11 tell you, he shall take Genesis 1 verse 28 and turn it backward on you, subdue you with that verse, but using the evil version of it. Turn Genesis 1 verse 28 upside down, turn it backward on you. It told you, oh children of Israel, the spiritual ones I'm talking to, the elect saints I'm talking to right now, you should subdue everything around you. Have dominion over the fish. It's not no fishing, no ocean. That's the exoteric. We're talking about esoteric today. That fish is day gone. The fish god, day gone. The fish that the Christianity came with as well. Talk to you about Jonah told you. And of the sea, it is that fish god. It's not sea as out in the ocean where you swim. See, single European act telling you about the Europeans. You shall have dominions over Dagon people from Europe. The Eurocentric, that's what it's telling you. And over the foul, change that W to a U, because in the Hebrew, U is V, and two V's together make a W. So that's how you have to decode that one. Over the foul. And when you're talking about foul, those who practice all kind of foul things against the Most High, they are the fallen angels. The Dagons in the lower fourth dimension. Collectively, they call themselves Behemoth. And of the air, they're up in the air. They're up in the air. That's where they are. Third heaven, which is the lower fourth dimension. It's telling you where those fowls are. Giving back to you the right way to decode these things. And over the living things. What is living? Things that are animated with the Spirit of the Most High. In them he made you. Genesis 1 verse 26 and verse 27. And put the Spirit in you. And then he made you, that Spirit, into the dust, man, and gave you a soul. Coming back your way, the truth of Genesis 1 verse 28. Living things, that it's no that thought moveth. Thought is the one who controls all that energy coming down from your father's kingdom into your kingdom on the third dimensional plane, all the way up to the ninth dimensional plane, which moveth upon the earth. Is not the literal earth. Earth, as by the indigenous North Americans, are America, is America. Everything that has the Spirit within them, that those gave that Spirit to, that move upon America, you shall subdue it. Given back to you, because you need to know this one. This is the one he turned back ways and changed up things to be subduing you and have dominion over you by the L-A-W. What do I mean by that? He took the sea and turned it into water. He took the air and left it as air. He took the earth and made it L for land. Spelling your word, law, L-A-W, land, air, water. That's what he came back and do, and gave it back to you. That is the only one supposed to send law unto you. That's why in Hosea 8 verse 1, he transgressed against the law, giving you back what he did, so you know exactly how he's holding you hostage. Luke 11 verse 52. Woe unto you, lawyer, that change up the law of the Most High. Woe unto you, lawyer, who you think he's talking to? The ego, that one that divided, that one that schemeth all kind of transgression and wickedness against the Most High, and send it down to you. That's the one, that lawyer. Woe unto that lawyer. Ye take away the key of knowledge. You entered not into yourself, and the people of thought did not get to enter into their spiritual self, because you prevented them. You hindered them. Who am I talking to? Little horn, that great mouth that speaketh great things against the Most High. The Roman Empire mouthpiece. Who is that? The Pope and all his priests that he sent out to disseminate lies on top of lies, giving you bad law. Look at law on this picture, people. Look at your screen, so you know what law is. Law given unto you by Genesis 1 verse 28. On the right hand side, that's the Most High law. 5 divine law. One of those laws say you need to subdue everything by the earth, which is in America. Everything by the air, which is of lower fourth, the fourth dimension, and the third dimension. You shall subdue them. Everything by the sea, which is in Europe, you shall subdue them. But he came and he gave you a different version of it. He changed your sea into water, giving him W. He left the air as it is, but the air is not air. It's the astral realm. And then he changed the earth to land, giving you law, and he structured his law according to what he said it is, and tell you have to believe what he says. And in his court system is built on that LAW in a reverse order. His first layer of his court system, Admiralty law, which is a law governing water. That's why he said, you are lost at sea. Gonna get to that real soon. That's his Admiralty law. Commerce by water law. Then he says the air is the canon law, the scriptural law, the ecclesiastic law, his version of spiritual law. That's the second one he jumped you through. And then he jumped you through the common law, which covers, he says, land. That's how your court system now in America is structured, from what the Roman Catholic Pope and his friends set up. They sent out paper bulls leading up to all WAL. Attorney, Regis, that's the one he passed to cover W. Convocation, Council of Trend, Fide Commissum, that's the one he passed to cover A. And Dom Diversus, you know that one, definitely. Rominus Pontifex, Inter Caetera, that's what he passed to capture your land and access on you. A and W. That's how he worked his system. But the Most High said, that system done. Go out and expose it. Let him know we're tearing that down soon. So, children of Israel, no, under W, you're covered in the contract law in his world. Same thing is in America running right now. Under A is the trust law. In America right now, said sui KV. That's the trust that's covering you as a person lost at sea. And under L is your property, your title, the deed to the land that he stole from you, covered in that court under L. That's what he did when he come up with Dom Diversus, Rominus Pontifex, Inter Caetera. He made himself supreme leaders over the land, the air, and the water. That's the church, the Roman Catholic Church, imposing himself upon the children of the Most High, professing all kind of profanity on the children. But we're not done. Because that's what the fallen angels have given unto the vicar of Christ, your Roman Catholic Pope, over the years to hold you hostage under law. He doesn't tell you law mean that, does he? It means land, air, and water. That's the law, his three version of it. Common law, trust law, Admiralty law. Ask any lawyer who want to be honest with you, and they tell you these are the three main standing courts everywhere on the planet, but it's not done right there. He told you, description of little horn. Daniel 7 verse 3, 4 great nations came out of Europe. That's when they came, and who took over at that time? Great empire. But in verse 8 it said, I considered one of the 10 nations that appeared. One of them stood out from all the other. He's called Little Horn. Before him, he subdued 3 of the nations, bringing them down to 7 nations of Europe. As you see right now, C is Europe. He plucked them up. That mouth that speaketh great things. That's your vicar, your Roman Catholic Pope that's being described to you. Revelation 13 verse 5 tell you the same thing. Mouth speaking great things, correlating precept by precept. Daniel 7 verse 8 and Revelation 13 verse 5. Matching them together, you end up with the same person, vicar of Christ, as he has made himself, speaking great blasphemy against the Most High. And he had his 42 months. His time is done when he had that chance with his great mouth. The time is done. That's why you're getting back your information now, so you know of the law that he came up with when he had his great mouth of blasphemy. Because who was he attacking? In verse 7. Who was he attacking? In verse 7. He was attacking the saints back then. But he cannot attack them now because his time is done. He was given a time. The Most High and the Lord work with time. So his time is done when he can no longer attack the elect saints that the Most High is sending back to wake up the children of Israel. Parable of the crafty eagle, the Roman eagle, and his paper bull that he passed is LAW that he passed to hold you into hostage. Now we go back to this, because you now know how he set up his system. We're going to go through them one by one. LAW on the left-hand side, how he has set them up craftily to make sure you became a fallen man. Your soul is taken at birth. You become a vessel, person or citizen. You are not a national of a state. You become a person, a citizen, or a resident. A person is a vessel. When you check it out in Black's Law Dictionary, a citizen, city, meaning a city, a municipality, and zen mean belonging to or slave to. So you're a slave to a municipality. That's what citizen mean. De facto mean it is not real. It is not a fact. De facto, that's what he made you in LAW. And you're lost at sea under said sui kevi, or the Fide Commission, the Convocation Council of Trent, where he says he has an eternal testimony over all the souls on this planet, dumb diversos. He has an eternal control over all property, title, land, deed, and rights. That's what he gave himself. Attorney Registry. He's the eternal king. And you have to register with him everything you do. That's the crafty law. He came and dropped it on your doorstep. Dumb diversos. Paper bull issued 1452 when that great voice was speaking blasphemy to conquer all Saracens and pagan and consign you to perpetual slavery. That's what the L does to you, where he passed under dumb diversos. L hold you in perpetual slavery and taking your land. That's the same thing that was done. Romanus Pontifex, paper bull 1454 follows up on dumb diversos to have dominion over all land. Going back here again, you see the Father said, you shall have dominion. That's in his paper bull. Dominion over you, over earth. Because he changed earth from America to land. Still the same thing that he's doing. Having ownership of the land. All non-Christians, which he called pagan, mark that word, pagan, mark that word, pagan. Enslavement for them, for life. He owns you for life, because these dumb diversos means eternity until different. You're going to hold you. I'm going to hold you in that position until different, which is now when the Most High said, time for different. Intercaetera in 1493, again holding you under bondage on your land, taking the land. So all these three are for land, the L in his law. Now we move to the Council of Trent, which is his A in the law. A in the law. He passed that in 1545 and 1563. That's when he gathered all his priests and said, how we're going to hold these people, all the ones who want to break off into their own religion, how we're going to subdue them and bring them under one order. As a result of that council, he says, the church, which is the Roman Catholic Church, is the ultimate and the only interpreter of scriptures. Anything the church says, it is authority. That's what he said under the Council of Trent. Church tradition were independently authoritative, and I'm the only one who is qualified to interpret scriptures. Came out of that, and part of his interpretation means he's in trust. He has trust over you. That's the A in his law. And he also ratify it, meaning confirm it with another papal bull called Benedictus Dios. Again, he's solidifying his A. He has trust over you. Interpretation of the Bible outside of his is strictly prohibited, reserving this for the Pope only. So that's the A, where he came, and he says, convocation, eternal testimony, trust over all souls. I am responsible for all souls, and my word is supreme word for all slaves. When he took your land under dum diversus, but we're not done. Eterni regis, eterni regis. That's the one he came with for your W, your water. That's the one he came as your W, because this is the one that's holding you hostage at birth until now. As you're born, this one kicks in to make sure he grabs up all your soul and put you out to sea to make you lost at sea. So his trust that he has over you gonna be governed under A. And if you're under A, you're lost at sea. That means you have no claim to your land under L because you're lost in W. Again, taking it nice and slow with you. W puts you out in the water. And if you're lost at sea in the water, I'm going to hold all of your belonging in trust under A until you return from being lost. If you exactly can return. Most of the time, you'll never ever return. He has been running this for hundreds of years. And if you don't return, then he gets to keep everything. And while you're lost at sea, I'm going to hold your land until you return. So the children of Israel, you are returning right now. But let's find out what Regis is, people. Because you got to dig deep into his words. His words are tricky. His English words are completely spelled, meaning he put a spell energy around it. Regis, what it means. To the king, Regi, to the king. Regis mean king. Every time you register anything, you register. You are registering to the king who passed attorney, Regis. That's how he catches you here under W. Oh, your child was born. You should register for a birth certificate or register the birth of the child. Catches you from right then. That's how Regis get you. Register. He forces everyone to register for whatever you want to do. If you want to do something on the land, you got to register. If you want to go catch some fish in the water, you have to register. If you want to open a church, you have to register. If you want to start a business, you have to register. All of what you're doing is going back to the eternity regis, which is controlled ultimately by the Pope, who reports back to the fallen angel. That's the law that they have set up to make sure you are fixed in these three areas of the law. And in the background, they have the Most High version running, but not telling you. It's running just the same, because the Most High version of law is superior. So it cannot be prevented by what they have going on the left. They just run that, and hopefully you will consent to what they're sending you on the left and don't know that something on the right is running just the same, and you can make yourself a part of what is on the right. Most I put you here as a divine man, woman, awakened fully with the spirit of the Most High. You are a living soul, as he told you in Genesis 2. Verse 7, yes, you are. You are a living soul. You are a man, a woman, male, female. I made them. You are the law. You're supposed to have dominion over everything by sea, which is what? Europe, by ear, which is what? The lower fourth and the third dimension. And earth, which is America. De jure, you are of the right law. De jure, you are sujurus. You are a man with your own rights given unto you by the Most High. And you work with the 5 divine law. That's who you are. That's who you are. God blessed you. Law number 1. He said, be fruitful. Be fruitful. Your feet. Go out and toil that land and reap and sow abundantly. And he said, multiply. And he says, multiply. Left hand side, that is your social. And he said, subdue everything. That is your law number 4 and 5. He said, eat the right food, herbs, green leaf, seeded fruit shall be your meat. That is your 5 divine law, people. That is your 5 divine law given unto you by the Most High and of the Lord. You don't need no regis to come tell you. You need to register for what the Most High gave you. Free. At no cost, you don't have to register to no paper bull. Not at all. Yes, children of Israel, give him back his title of person. You are the people of the Most High. You are sovereign state of the Most High. People. 2 words, break it up. 2 words, people. 1 word, break it apart. P-E-O. And what's the other part? P-L-E. We're gonna break it up bits by bits by bit. People. That's what we're coming to. Let's figure out what P-E-O means. P-E-O in Latin, when they trick up the word and give your people, it means I pray. That's what people mean. That's what P-E-O mean. I pray. And what's the P-L-E? They add on an A and give you another word. Plea, middle age, meaning what? P-L-E, contention, dispute, laws and conflict, borrowed from where? French, P-L-E, borrowed from where? Roman, Catholic, Gallo-Romance language, which is come back to what? P-L-E. What is P-L-E? It is the same as P-L-E-A when you check the etymology. What P-L-E-A means? Urgent prayer to the Most High, entreating to the Most High, making requests by prayer to the Most High. That's you, people. That's who you are. You pray to the Most High and you make requests to the Most High through your urgent prayer to give you back the energy of the connection back to the Most High. 100%. Always. That's why in your 5 divine law, God bless man because he made you a people always connected to him by your prayer, urgent or non-urgent, or have your request handed to the Father to give unto you. You are not no person. Give him back his title. Give him back his title. Person, according to Black's law and dictionary. Artificial and non-artificial, that it can be. Natural and artificial, that's what it is. Person. Look at the etymology of that word. Latin for what? Persona. Character, acting in a play. You're acting out a character that is artificial. Everywhere you turn, person leading back to what they classify you at this point in time. Go look upon all the documents that you have signed legally with the government. It has your section written in as person, individual, individe you all, that is individual. You hear me? Individe you all, that is individual. And he also have you on the birth certificate, my eternal mothers. When you sign that birth paper in the hospital, he has you signing as the Farmer, you're informing on your child, giving your child over to the state. You are informing and where you're having birth in the hospital. In a foundling ward. What's a foundling? A place where you go and you drop off or abandon children. That's a foundling. And what's a ward? A ward is someone given on to the state. That's why you go to where? A foundling ward. Get it through your head, children of Israel. This egg has been running racket on the children of Israel. Greek for person, prosopa. What is prosopa? It comes from prosopa poehi. And that word, prosopa poehi, is what? An imaginary absent person. Artificial as artificial can be when you run the etymology for person. Artificial, imaginary, absent person. That's why you lost at sea. Absent and can't answer when you're being called to make sure that your Setsui Kevi is ready for you to claim. They say they can't find you. You are lost. You are absent. So the Roman Catholic Pope and the Roman Catholic America has been claiming your person, having control over you and your trust that they set up behind your back without you knowing. But we shall stop there for now. Children of Israel, you're not no person with no flattery title of no person. Give them back the title. Go back to who you are. You are a man. That's who you are. You are people of the Most High. Ella, Yah, Yod, He, Vaveh, and the Lord thought Melchizedek, Jehovah, Adonai. That's who you are, children. But we go back to dumb diversus because that's what he used to capture the air, which is land. Told you to be careful of the word pagan because you've been misusing it and calling other people pagan when you are the pagan because you don't know the meaning of pagan. What is pagan? To pay. When I take your land as a pagan, you have to pay me for eternity, perpetual servitude. That's your payment. That's why he said, conquer the land of the pagan, those who are going to pay me in their work and in taxes and register for every tax that I said you need to pay me. That's what he did when he took your land, Dom Diversus, Romanus Pontifex, Inter Terra, telling you that's a pagan that is going to take their land and make them pay. Know the word. Next time you hear the word pagan, you know exactly who it's talking about. Those who are paying into the system that America has adopted from the Roman eagle. Giving back unto you truth on top of truth. And this is what he added to Dom Diversus, Romanus Pontifex, and Inter Caetera, Res Nullius. It's a doctrine, Roman law. Remember? L-A-W of the Roman. Go back to the slide with L-A-W on the left-hand side. Under is L. He's saying the land, if nobody is on it, it is empty, ownerless, and he has all right to take it. If you're a pagan or a Saracen or an infidel or a savage, if they classify you as that, then they say no one is on the land. It's ownerless. Same thing they did in Terra nullius when they moved out from Europe to gain other territory. They came up with Terra nullius, which is covered under their doctrine of discovery. I discovered the land or the island or the country. If people are on it, I classify them as pagan, infidel, or savage. And then I can truly say within my own sick mind that no one is on the land. Nobody is on the land. Therefore, it is terra nullius. That's the law he came up with, people. That's the law. And the Most High said, time to turn over that wrong Latin expression meaning nobody's land. But hear what? America, whether North America, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean were filled with people of dark skin complexion. If you look up the meaning of American, it told you the copper color, the original copper color people found on the land before the Europeans arrived. So the land cannot be Terra nullius. But we'll get into that more. Don't fret yourself, children of Israel. International law were set up by the Roman law to justify claims that the territory, the land, can be acquired by a state's occupation of it. That's why I go back to here and I say, when they found your land, they say you are a person, you are an empty vessel, lost at sea, and I am going to pull you in when I decide to pull you in and make you a citizen, because they consider themselves a state. That's why the only classification that can free you from the left-hand side is if you classify yourself as a state, because as you see here, only a state can occupy another land belonging to people, but we're going to classify them as terra nullius. They're nobody's land and nobody is there. A state occupation, a state, that's their version under Roman law of a living human being. Person, citizen, resident is a dead human being, a dead vessel. That's what they classified as under their law. Hosea 8 verse 1, the Roman eagle was taken over by the American eagle, which continued the work started by the Roman eagle. They're doing the same work. So, bringing it to America right now to show you that America has the same classification as what the Romans did under Terra nullius. America, when it first was settled by the English, they came up with the first charter for Virginia, which was the original settlement that actually worked on the American soil for the British Virginia, page 2 of that book. Virginia and other parts of the territory in America either are pertaining to us or which are not actually now possessed by another Christian state. Christian people. People different from person. People is a state. People is not a person. People means someone who's alive. Person means someone who is dead. People doesn't mean citizen. Citizen mean a person that is dead but belong to a city, a slave in a city. Learn your words. Resident means you are still dead, but you're moving from one state in your dead to another state and you're still dead. That's the meaning of these words. They have trick to them, which the eagles have perfected up until this time. But we move to page 3 of that book. In propagation of Christian religion to such people, the same people that they say part of the British state, that's who we're going to propagate to. But we're going to also propagate to those who are still in darkness and miserable ignorance of the true knowledge and worship of God, their version of their God, and may in time bring the infidels, aka pagans, infidel, aka pagans, and savages, aka pagans, to live in those parts that they're living under our Christian doctrine. We're going to civilize the pagan and make them pay. See what it come to? Civility, citizen. They're going to make you a citizen or a person and settle and be quiet in our government. So they use 2 things to capture you. Christianity, which is your head, and your right hand, which is your government. Your power, where it says, subdue and have dominion over the sea, air, earth. They came and imposed their version of law on you because they considered you a pagan who needs to pay. No different from infidels, no different from savages. Just breaking it back out the way the Most High said. Time for you to wake up with your information. Terra nullius. This is what America has in place when they took over from the British. They ratify the British position as terra nullius as their own position. There's a case, Johnson and Graham, Lessee versus McIntosh in 1823, where the judge ruled the discovery of the British, the French, the Portuguese, the Spanish is going to be respected by America as terra nullius, and since America is now occupying those land, they are going to assume the same terra nullius. It's called a grandfathered rule. You're grandfathering yourself into what was already there as yours. You're going to say discovery, the original foundation of title, going back to your land, Dom Diversus, Romanus Pontifex, Inter Caetera, American continent was captured under those law. Hear me? And between the different European nations whom the conquests and settlements were made, we're going to recognize the same principle as they had recognized under terra nullius, doctrine of discovery, that nobody is on the land, even though children of Israel, you are running up and down on the land, and they put you in their dictionary that you were there originally before any European came, but yet still you're not on the land, nobody was there. Adopting the same principle by the United States of doctrine of discovery, terra nullius, manifest destiny. That's what they claim they're adopting when they're taking over ownership from the other Europeans that came and used Dom Diversus, Romanus Pontifex, Inter Caetera, saying the exclusive right of the British government to the lands occupied by native copper-color-skinned people. Not the Indian that they're telling you, running around on your TV screen now. They were there, but the children of Israel know you were here, the original copper-color-skinned people, the Shemites, you were here. No make nobody tell you nothing, because the Most High said you're getting back your land, so no matter what, who, how, whenever they come and say it, can do to stop that. But you're getting back the knowledge of how your land was taken, so you know where you're going. Those Indians, the rights that they had and the lands that they occupied has been passed to the United States. That's what they're telling you. Application of the principle of rights of conquest of the Indian, what they say? Savages, the pagans. Nature of the Indian title is subordinate to the absolute and ultimate title of government of America. They're telling you again, they're using law number 4, which is dominate and subdue, and that title gives them a bigger right to the land of America than your right, because they conquered and subdued you. But the law said, if people were on the land, if you conquer and subdue them, it not mean anything. The land still belongs to them, no matter how many times you conquer them, until your hand get tired and your sword them start to get dull. It is still their land. Does it make a difference if you're conquered? No, children of Israel. This is America, a snapshot of America, what's being used on your land right now, of North America, to hold the land under hostage. This has a lot of holes in it, people. This thing is so full of holes that you have a strainer. Every water that it can hold, running outside of it. But because you are in America and they're using their version of their law, they're trying to make sure they muscle you out of making the claim. But the Most High said what? What did the Most High say? He said, people, now worry your head. Your land is safe and sure as sure. You're gonna get the land I have left as an inheritance to your fathers. It is coming your way. No matter how much charter is there, no matter how much Johnson versus Graham is there, no matter how much Dom Diversus is there, no matter how much adopting of same principle is there, no matter how much Romanus Pontifex is there, no matter how much terra nullius is there, the land is yours, children of Israel. Let me give you an example to show you that they lost in court. Even if they try you in court, they have lost. But again, children of Israel, the right cases have not been made. Trust me. Australia, Mabo versus Queensland, Supreme Court, June 1992. What did Mabo do? Mabo, his people were indigenous, the original people on Australia continent, the original people on Australia continent, and they brought the Australian government system to trial. They said, we want our land back, so we're going to sue. And they sued Queensland, the land of Australia, for, they said, we continuously inhabited and exclusively possessed our land. Most I give you your land, it is yours. You were on it before they showed up. And they said they lived in permanent communities, permanent settlement before the Europeans came. You lived on your land in permanent settlement for thousands of years. Those two fitted just the same. Those two fitted just the same. Had their own political and social system. Going back to the Most High law. Remember I walked you through it. Your right hand, your political hand, and your left hand, your social hand. So you had also social and political structure set up in America before the Europeans arrived. You had just the same. You had just the same. On these grounds, the Mabo case thought recognition of the people's right to the land. You can replace Mabo with the children of Israel in America. That's the case as well. That is there for the children of Israel in America, in the Caribbean, in South America, in Central America, and anywhere on the planet you want to go. You want to drop this on the Philippines? Drop it the same way. You want to drop it in Hawaii? Drop it on the same way. Same thing. But let's move on with this case. June 3rd, 1992, the High Court, the Supreme Court of Australia, ruled 6-1 that the Miriam people, the indigenous people, were entitled, as against the whole world, had a title that is superior to everybody else's title that they can come from any part of the world. If they showed up and said, Miriam people, this is my land. No, that's what the court ruled. The people, the indigenous people, had a right over everyone else in the world to possess, to occupy, use, and enjoy the land without restriction. Getting back the rights to their land. The High Court judgment said, introduction of the principle of native title, indigenous title. In Australia law, removing what? Terra nullius. The court struck it down, people. That terra nullius, as I told you, has so much holes, the water in it leak out every time you bring it up. All they can do is try to outmuscle you with fear. But that's not working anymore. When the Most High said, give back the people their land, give them back knowledge to their land, and give them back how they can get their land back if it has to go through court. And the Most High said, the court of court that it's going to be held in is the Most High's court. Don't you know the saviors shall judge the unrighteous? Try not to go into the unrighteous court, the unjust court. You're going to get unjust law. That they're talking about where? America. But when the Most High raise up the true judges, you shall get everything you want justly and righteously. Moving forward, the High Court judgment resulted in the doctrine of native indigenous title, and that the Terra nullius violated international human rights and denied the historical indigenous people that were depossessed, that were subdued, had they put it here, the subordinate, because they were absolutely subdued. It said none of that exists, that not real, and that doesn't matter. That's why I was telling you, Everything that's here doesn't matter if you already on the land. You had continuously occupied the land, possessed it before anyone showed up, and you had community, living community on the land. You had a political system on the land. You had a social system on the land, and you even had a means of worship on the land. None of what they're saying, where they conquered you, matters at all. That is totally and utter rubbish. Moving forward, children of Israel. Native title recognizes that the indigenous people prior claim to the land taken by the British Crown. Who took your land originally? Who took the land? The British Crown. It was struck down in Australia. All the lands that they took, which belonged to the Mabo people, the indigenous people. It recognizes that. The native title. It replaces the legal fiction of Terra nullius with the foundation of the British claim. It what? It replaces the legal fiction of Terra nullius as the foundation of the British claim of the land ownership that the Roman Catholic Pope gave him as his doctrine. It said that now exists too. So people, Terra nullius, Romanus Pontifex, Inter Caetera, Dum Diversus, struck down across the board in Australia. But they kept this case very quiet. So you, as indigenous people, cannot make the claim, and they're telling you you're from Africa. Listen, people. You not come from no Africa. You're native to America. Rubbish and rubbish. And he tried to make it hard for you to establish your connection back to America, but that no matter. The land is going back to you just the same. If you want to do it by court, or if you want to do it by the divine intervention, it's going to happen in both cases. Can't stop what's coming, people. Can't stop what's coming. So, whatever they gave you in Johnson versus Graham versus McIntosh, it won't work in the court. It never did. Even though they ruled in 1823, because no one was holding them responsible in America, it did not work in Australia, and it should not work in America. But we have more sense right now to know how to bring forward claims the right way, as the Most High has given unto his people. But still won't work, people. Where they're holding your land, where they're holding it, Terra nullius, from Spain, Britain, Portugal, and France, won't work, people. It just won't work. The land was taken under Terra nullius, and that Terra nullius legal fiction is now being removed. It's de facto. It's not real Terra nullius. But moving forward, because we're not confined to Australia as the only place that struck down Terra nullius, go up the border, go up north. Go up north to Canada. No one is telling you this, but it's coming back to you just the same. Supreme Court case, 1984. Guerin versus the Queen of Canada, the Queen Council, because Canada is still owned and run by the Queen, just the same as the United States of America, but with more smoke and mirrors to disguise her control over America. But in this case, the Aboriginal, don't use that word. They are called the indigenous people. Abor means to hate, and you're hating the original. When you say Aboriginal, none of that rubbish. Can't use no word trick no more. The original people, the copper color indigenous people, their rights was having title to their land, no matter what and when you took the land. They had sui generis title. They had original title. They own their title. Sui generis. Right, that's what it means, people. Let's read into the case decision. Let's read into this. The nature of the indigenous title was what? Sui generis, meaning they had the right to the original title. No matter how much time you conquer them, no matter how much Dum Diversus you pass, no matter how much Romanus Pontifex you pass, no matter how much Inter Caetera, and no matter how much you said the land is Terra nullius, has no weight at all. Indigenous title gives you sui juris, sui generis right, original right, and that right has no equivalent. It is superior to all other rights across the entire world, same as the Australia case. Original title held by the indigenous people was held to be pre-existing before the Queen came from England and conquered Canada, before the Queen came from England and conquered Australia, before the King and Queen came from England and conquered America. Original title was held as pre-existing legal right, and you cannot take that right no matter how much you conquer the people. Just doesn't work like that. It never worked, it never did work, but only when the people were blind to the law, this thing can run. But it's done now. The run of this, done. So guess what? They turned over back the original title to the indigenous people in Canada that sued the Queen in the Supreme Court of Canada. America, though different from Canada in this law. America, Johnson and Graham, Leslie versus McIntosh, and Carey versus Queen for Canada, no different. The same facts, the same circumstances. The original people keep all the sui generis title, the legal first right to the land. No matter how much paper bull was passed previously, they held the land, they used it for their worship, they used it for communities of living, they cultivated the land to eat food, and they had a political system as well as they had a social system on the land. So no matter what rights you come with later on, it cannot outdo the sui generis right, which is pre-existing. So, telling you the same thing again, people. What the America is holding as their right to their land has no weight at all, either by their law, LAW, or by the Most High, 5 divine law. Now we move to what? Western Sahara. Why? We're going to touch on Spain, because Spain was holding part of Florida all the way up to Virginia, and they were the original occupants, and part of America was given by Spain onto America, and they're making the same claim as well. So Morocco versus Spain, they are fighting over who owned Western Sahara, and they brought the case to the International Court of Justice, which was the United Nations World Court at that time in 1984. And as a result of bringing that case, was Western Sahara at the time of colonization by Spain a territory belonging to no one as Terra nullius? That was the question that was asked of the United Nations at that time. Was the Western Sahara Terra nullius? Was Central America Terra nullius? Was South America Terra nullius? Was parts of North America Terra nullius? Was the Caribbean Terra nullius? Same question can be asked to the United Nations. What did they come back with in 1984? This is what they came back, October of 1984, showing that the original population of people that were on that land were overwhelmingly in favor of having their independence from their captors of that land, the people who had them paying as pagan. They wanted to get rid of them, both Spain and Morocco, both the United States, both Canada, who is holding them as hostage. The people, I'm speaking now in present term, the people want to be independent from them. Children of Israel shall be independent from them. And what did the court say about the population that were in Western Sahara being held under Terra nullius? The court decided by a vote of 13-3, unanimous as unanimous can be, overwhelming as overwhelming can be, that at the time of colonization, the territory was not Terra nullius. The territory did belong to someone else. That's what the United Nations came back with. So I gave you Australia, I gave you Canada, and if you want to take it on a world court, the decision is still the same. If you occupy the land, and you used it as your place of residing, and you stayed on that land with permanent settlement, and you had a social structure on that land, and you had a political structure on that land, and you used the land to provide your food and your wealth, and you had a religious system on that land at the time, it can never and never ever will be Terra nullius. Never. Telling you, both from a legal standpoint in Lucifer's court and in the Most High court, definitely overwhelming when the judges shall be given back to the saints and the elect. Same result in either court, as long as you know how to present the case to the wicked, because the wicked has to obey the wicked law that they set up themselves. So, Terra nullius cannot belong to anyone if you're occupying that land already and you're cultivating the land, you're doing your worship on the land, you have a social system on the land, you have a political system that you rule by on the land, cannot take your land. Terra nullius can't take it no matter how much you try to claim you have rights over it. Same thing, Johnson and Graham versus McIntosh, no different from the United Nations ruling in Morocco and Spain. Same identical facts. Can't misalign them because they are the same. Talking about colonizers and then the colonizers handing off to another colonizer in the United States form of government. But if they're saying we're adopting from the first colonizer, if the first colonizer case fail, the one who's holding the land after the first colonizer, the second colonizer will fail as well. Makes no difference who's holding it. The land was originally occupied, children of Israel. So that craft won't work no more. Nahum 1 verse 11, that one that imagines all kind of wicked law counselor, that's what it means. Counselor is a lawyer. That one that came up with those wicked laws. Nahum 1 verse 13 said, I will break his control that he has upon the children of Israel. Coming your way, people. That's why I'm walking you through his law, because you have to know where you're coming from to know where you're going. That all the law, LAW, that he has set up to hold you hostage will be broken. Will be broken from off you, children of Israel. The Father not making no idle threats. He's not making no Job threat. It is going to happen. And the Lord, those Melchizedek, Jehovah, has made sure his children know that it shall be, and it will be, and it can never ever be undone. That is what's coming your way. Sure as sure can be. I will break his bonds in thunder. The bond has many meaning, children of Israel. Many meaning. Under the A, under the L, and under the W. Different meaning for that bond, because they are being run by a bond system. The bond market that you see now running America and the world is connected to that LAW. Each of them, whenever anything happens, under each of them, a bond is generated. For example, under W, when you're born, you're a newborn coming in through the water, as they're saying, your vessel coming into the shore, and you are taken by a doctor, meaning dock, you see, DOCKTOR. You're delivered on a dock by a doctor, a dock master. You are then registered. That vessel is registered, and that vessel soul is taken. The baby's feet are touched on that paper to mark the soul, the feet, but that's not the true soul. But in their mind, they're saying that's the soul. That's when a bond is set up. A bond goes out that a new soul has been put and registered in the system. So a bond goes out. Couple of trusts are set up for that newborn. We'll get into that in other message, but I want you to know that thy bonds in thunder has a heavy meaning, a deep, deep meaning, children of Israel. But we'll go through that in other messages. But the Americans come and take on exactly what that eagle had given unto you. Made it no different. Exactly as the eagle gave to you, he followed the same thing, moving into what the eagle of America has done. He shall come as an eagle and exalt himself because he's walking in the harmony with the vicar of the Roman Catholic Pope. That's what he came. That's what he came. But guess what, people? We're not worried ahead about him. We're not fretting about him. We're not afraid of him. No, Esau the Gentile. We are not worried about him because though he set himself high among the stars of the third dimension and the lower fourth dimension, because he's running up and down in the air with the fallen being, thence I will bring him down. That system is going down, people. And this is just a warning. Get out of that system as best as you can. And I'm going to give you as much as we go through message after message, how you get out of that system. This is what America has succeeded from the Roman Catholic Pope. He's using the same thing in his church, in his court, in every form of government that he's using. White House have just the same. All your states and local using the same LAW in the reverse order. When you first go to court, the first time they send for you, they summons you. Summons means what? You're summoning the dead person. You're summoning the soul that was taken. You're summoning the fallen man. That's what a summons is. But again, we're going to go through those more carefully in another message. Now, his first court that he runs you through is his commerce court, his admiralty court. That's when you're dead. You're fully dead. If he can't get you in that, he's going to get you in the heir court. That is a trust court. The trust, the bond trust that he has set up for you when you're just born. That's the trust that he set up and put himself in charge of that trust. And then if they can't get you on the trust, they get you on the L. Do you own the land that you are standing on? But we don't go through the case that tell you you're going to get your land back. So he has no L to stand on. And the Most High said, you're getting your ear back because you shall move up to the fifth dimension and left him down here in the third and a lower fourth dimensional being cannot control nor subdue a fifth dimensional you. So the air is gone and the water, you're not dead no more. You're not fallen man no more because the Most High has awoken you with the dew of heaven that he told Abraham, I am saving until the last time the dew of heaven to wake up the children of Israel. So all these courts that he set up, gone. Trust me, people. He has no way to stop what's coming. So in his A, what he set up as the canon law, the Convocation Council of Trent, the America has set up Setsui KV in 1666, 666. What it talked about in Revelation, there's a number 666, and every bondsman, every free man will be on that number. It's referring to Setsui KV 1666, that trust that will be set up to hold you under heir, Convocation, Council of Trent, Fide Commissum. That's his ecclesiastical law to hold your eternal soul in his trust until you return from your dead state at sea. He made himself trustee, the trust executor, and the trust foundational person, and the beneficiary of your trust. Under Setsui KV. It was set up in England starting 1666, hence the 666, meaning they set up for you Pontius, that is Pontius Pilate. When you read it in the Bible, you're set up at sea, in open sea, in the marine law. Again, that's under W. That's how things are coded in your Bible. So just pay heed, pay attention. Then, under Pilate, you're giving up your soul at birth and you're essentially dead. Going back here, under the fallen man, the dead man that is set up, the person, the citizen, the resident that is set up, dead under their law. They move you from the right-hand side, the Most High law, where you're a living soul has given unto you in Genesis 2 verse 7. They made you a dead, soulless person under these terms that are given unto you in your Bible. So when you talk about Pilate, when you talk about Pontius, when you talk about Pharaoh, when you talk about Darius, it's talking about their system that they have set up in this lower vibration to keep you under their trust. Hold your soul hostage under an open sea, admiralty, trust. That's what they have done. This is how England set it up. Made no difference. America came in 1881, 1882, set up the same thing. It's called the Conveyance Act of 1881, 1882, where they set up a similar trust to hold you lost at sea, children of Israel. That's what's going on your land. An act for the redress, for addressing inconveniences by want of proof of the deceased of person. You see, person, not people, person beyond the seas or absenting themselves on lives estate. You don't know, you are lost at sea. That person is lost at sea, absenting themselves from governing their affairs on the land. Therefore, their estate belongs to us until they show up from the sea, alive and well and kicking. That's Setsui Kevi. Recital, which is a deed that Setsui Kevi, the children of Israel that are being held under trust, have gone beyond the sea. They're lost at sea. We don't know where they are. And that the reversion, the person who is controlling your trust, the Roman Catholic Pope of the United States of America, cannot find out where they are. That's what these laws come and put on the book to say we need to hold your honor hostage as a person. Did you see a person in your Bible? Did you see a person in your Bible? A person under the Roman law. A person under the American LAW. A person is what? Divided by law into two persons. One is natural and what's the other one? Artificial. That's why I've been telling you. They turned the children of Israel into the artificial person. Do you think he's gonna make you the natural person and give you all the laws that you're entitled to by the Most High? Natural persons are such persons as God made by the nature and formed you. He formed what? Man, woman, male, female. He made them. Didn't give you no person title. Artificial are such created and devised by man's law for the purpose of what? Social and what? Government, which is what? Political reason, which are called corporation or bodies. Political. He turned you into a corporation. What is corporation? Corpse. Body. Dead body. That's what a corp or corporation is. A person. Every full citizen is a person. So if you're a citizen of the United States of America, you are a person. Artificial. 100%. Giving you back the news that you need to hear at this point. No, I tell you, no, you are not a person. You are not a citizen. You are not no temporary resident running up and down with your artificial body. You are not, because they give you no rights under their system. When they made you an artificial person at birth, when you registry, king, you signed up with the king who made himself king. The Roman Catholic Pope, attorney, eternal, regis, made himself that. That's why I'm telling you, I keep telling you, children of Israel, the Most High releasing your record back unto you. Job 32 verse 21. Let me not. That's what they said unto you. That's what the prophet said unto you. Let me not accept any man's person title. I'm not a person. Neither let him give me no flattering title. As person, I am a man. That's what it said. Neither let him give me no flattering titles to a man. You don't need no person title. Job 32 verse 22. For I know not. Give me no flattering title. No give it to me. No give it to the children of Israel who has woken up. In so doing, you make what? You would make my soul be taken away with your flattery title of person. Not taking that title no more. No want it. Fling it back, go give him. Fling it back, go give him. Make him go do something with it himself. Your Bible says, do not give me no flattery title as a person, because I am created as a man. No flattery title I want as person. Bible telling you, watch out for that person title they're gonna give to you, because it means you're dead. We cannot find whether they are alive or they are dead. But children of Israel, you always been alive. But this man set up evil rules in the background, pronouncing you dead, unknown to you, opening up all kind of investment trust in your name, unknown to you, robbing you of all your money in your trust without your knowledge. You, oh children of Israel, are not lost at sea. Live and kicking and well, as the Most High said. While I'm raising up the elect to make sure you know you are alive. And no 666, and no 666, bond and trust can hold my children hostage no more. No more Conveyance Act, no more Settlement of Land Act, holding your land and settling it because you are lost at sea. No more. Original copper color people coming back. You are not no person. Hear me again? You hear me? Let me say it a little louder in case you're sitting in the back row with the eagle section. You are not a person. Giving it to you 100% the way the eagles had intended it for you. Person. Let's break the word up and go back to Latin, because all his trick word come from Latin and he does something with it to change it up in English. Perso. What perso mean? Lost. So when me come and tell you, this man designate you lost at sea and gave you a person title. Perso. Lost. What the N is for? N. Go back to your Hebrew. You're an Hebrew. N means none. None means seed. You're a lost seed. That's what he's designating you as when him come give you title of person, when you're created as what? People that pray to the Most High. Man that is equal in similitude as his Father, the Most High. Yah, Yod, He, Vahu, He. Israel, you're not no person. You're not lost seed anymore. You're not lost seed anymore. Give it back to him. Fling back his title and go give him. No, children of Israel. Give him back this eagle. The heads of the eagle. This eagle. The vision of those eagles. The eagle. That's the one that's been holding you hostage all along. In its last day, the Most High will raise up 3 evil eagles in the United States of America. Verse 23 I'm reading for. And they shall renew many things in it, and shall rule the inhabitants of America and its inhabitants more oppressively than anyone before them. Therefore, they are called the heads of the eagle, the last 3 heads of the eagle. For it is they who will sum up his wickedness against the children of Israel and against the entire planet, and perform his last act of wickedness. That's coming your way, children. You're in it right now. We're in it right now. You're down to the last one. So the Most High said, I have kept the eagles ending at this time. I'm letting you know the eagle time done. His reign shall be brief in this last time, full of all kind of unfortunate things happening to the eagle. Listen, people, if you don't see by now how much unfortunate catastrophe happening to the eagle losing power left, right, and center. Nobody no respect the eagle no more. If you don't see it, make sure you open up your eyes and you can see it. Because in the last rule that you're in right now, that time will be filled of violent disturbances to the eagle, his last action. And the Most High said, I kept this eagle's end for this time, where I am bringing down the eagle. So no matter what land the eagle hold, for you, you're getting back everything the Most High said belong to you. Verse 44. 2nd Ezra 11. The Most High has looked upon the time of the eagle, and they are ended. You hear me? They are ended. The time of the eagle. They're done. His age has been completed. No more time for your eagle. Your time run out. Therefore, you will surely disappear. You eagle. Am I talking about someone else other than Eagle America and Eagle Pope, Roman Catholic? No, both of them I'm talking to. But I am focusing at where the children of Israel are right now, in the United States of America. So the whole earth, which is America. So the whole earth, which is America. So the whole earth, which is America, shall be freed from your terrifying wings, your evil little wings, your malicious head, your most evil talent, your whole body that's gonna be burned to a crisp. So the whole earth shall be freed from your violence and be refreshed, and everybody can live happy and enjoy themselves. Coming your way, children of Israel. I'm not asking you this, people. Not asking you this. I'm telling you what is going to happen by the Most High and his vision that he gave unto Ezra and he gave unto his prophet to let them know. Stand strong. Be strong and stay strong in the name of the Most High. 2nd Ezra 11, verse 44. And the Most High look on his time and says, time done. You shall surely disappear, you eagle. Your time done. Telling you the time done. The time done. The Most High said it, and no matter where, nobody want to say, cannot remove the command of the Most High. Looked upon his time. They are ended. You're surely gonna disappear, you eagle. Your age is done. And when the Most High and the Lord said, time done, time for the earth to be freed up, which is America. Time for the violence to be done. And the land be refreshed. You can't stop that in motion when it goes in motion. Once the Most High said, it's gonna happen, it's happened. Nahum 3, verse 3. The horseman lifted up his right hand with his sword and his glittering spear. And there is what? A multitude slain in America. Horsemen are soldier, swords are guns and tanks coming your way, children of Israel. So make sure you align yourself with what the Most High is putting forth for you to make sure you're safe when the eagle time is truly done. You're right round the corner from it. World War coming to America right after the Civil War in America. 2025, 2026, Civil War 2026, 2027 World War coming your way because of the multitude of the whoredom of that well-favored harlot, the United States of America, the mistress of witchcraft, selling every nation, trying to outmuscle every nation, intimidating every nation, selling off families through her bond system. Said to KV, but you're gonna pay for that. Nahum 3 verse 10. America and those who were acting wickedly as the eagle soldiers and people running up that system shall be carried away. America, she went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all streets, and they cast lot for her soldiers, her politician, her movie star, her celebrities, casting lots for them. Who is going to capture those people and take them back to Russia and China? And all her great soldiers, her elite soldiers, were bound in chains. Make sure you read Nahum, people, if you're going to tie yourself to that eagle at this time. Being given back to you over and over, children of Israel. Nahum 3 verse 13. You hear me? Nahum 3 verse 13. Make sure you know this verse. If you're living in the United States of America and intend to continue doing your wickedness, behold thy people of America. Behold thy people of America. In the midst of thee are feminine energy doing all kind of wickedness based on what you are giving them with your masculine thoughts, America. The gates of the America, the land that you stole on the Terra nullius, those gates shall be what? Set wide open to your enemies. Coming your way. George Washington vision told you exactly the same. I looked and I saw black smoke coming up from 3 places: Europe, Asia, Africa, and hordes of men crossing the ocean coming to you. And I saw a bright red light, which is what? The nuclear bomb when it landed and exploded in America. George Washington vision told you. So make sure you're familiar yourself with what's coming. Verse 15, Nahum 3. And they shall set fire to America. That's why I walked you through George Washington vision of that red bright light that erupted on the land of America. They shall set fire on America. Nuclear bomb. Because what? The karma has to be closed for the nuclear bomb that America released on other nations and has not repented for it. They released it on Japan. So have you done. It shall be recompensed on your head. That's in the law of your book, people. They pass it on your own LAW of man that the Bible is superior law. And that Bible said, whatever you do shall be recompensed on your head. So now get vexed when I tell you it shall be recompensed on America's head, because it's in your own law. Say you should follow the teaching of the Bible. Fire shall devour America, same as the fire that they sent to Japan, recompensing on your head. Nahum 3 verse 18. Your military and your politician, your shepherds shall slumber in confusion when, O king of Assyria, and your noblemen shall know not what to do. They shall all scatter like roaches in the night when you switch on the light. There is no healing for your bruise. Everyone shall clap their hands over your fall. It is coming, people. I am telling you, the righteous seed, make sure you come out of Babylon. Babylon, baby, L-O-N. That's how you spell Babylon. But if you split it apart, baby, L-O-N. Put an I after the L. Baby lion. Who's a lion? Britain. That's the big lion. Baby lion is America. Babylon. Baby lion. That's the name of it. Babylon, get out of her before her destruction and her plagues come. That's what the book of Revelation told the children of Israel, the righteous seed. All of you, get out of her. Be not partakers of her unrighteousness and wickedness, so you're not recompense on your head with the plague that's coming to her. Make sure you follow instruction. No! 2nd Ezra 12 verse 3. 2nd Ezra 12 verse 3. And I look, I saw, behold, when I look, behold, when I look, the whole body of the eagle was burnt. You hear me telling you, people? You hear me telling you? Not cutting no corner on this. I gotta give you the fullness so you know what's coming and you can make your own decision as to what you're gonna do. 2nd Ezra 12 verse 3. And behold, I look, and that eagle had disappeared. The whole body of America, the entire land of America, with the exception of where the righteous seed were during the holy border of the Most High, in the holy border of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, those places are safe, but the rest of America was burned. Nuclear bomb dropping, people. And the earth was exceedingly terrified, and the Americans and America was exceedingly terrified. Can't make it no clearer, children of Israel. Take heed, because the crafty eagle will be burnt up. That's why you're getting your message now, children, to know that that eagle was running games on you, but the game done, and the eagle has to pay the price for all the games that he's running on you, that he got from the bigger eagle. Don't feel the bigger eagle is left out. The bigger eagle, we're gonna get to that eagle soon. So, but the one here in America holding your land hostage under Terra nullius, know that, make him keep the land, because that land will be what? Burnt up. Children of Israel, the land that he's holding now shall be burned, so it can be refreshed for the children of Israel, so the phoenix can rise from the ashes of that land. Coming your way, children of Israel. Coming your way, children of Israel. Coming your way, children of Israel. Oh, Obadiah 1 verse 15 tell you, as you have done, O Japhet, O Esau, O Gentiles, upon the people of this planet, especially the children of Israel, it shall be done back unto you, return unto you. Upon your own head I shall set fire to Egypt, which is America. That's the promise made in Ezekiel 30th, verse 8, unto who? The people of Egypt, the Gentile, the Japhetite, Esau, the Caucasian race, running up and down with Terra nullius, aka manifest destiny, given unto them by the Roman Catholic eagle. But we're not done with them yet. We're not done with them yet. But we're not done with them yet. You got to go back to the book of Jubilees chapter 8 to figure out why all this fire is coming to him. To Japhet, why he's expecting fire. Verse 12. Everything given unto the Japhetite, the Caucasian, was up to the north. That's the north land, given unto him. This is the land which came to Japhet. 5 great islands and a greater land. In the north, where it is always cold, that's the land given unto him. And unto Ham, that's the land at the equator line. And unto Ham he was given, where it was always hot, by the equator line. And the Shemite, what did the Shemite get? What did you get, O children of Israel? What did you get, O children of Israel? The land of Ham is always hot, but the land of the children of Israel is not hot nor cold. It's a temperate zone where it has 4 seasons. That's where he got as his land. Neither is it cold every time, neither is it hot every time. So that's the land that was given unto the children of Israel, the middle portion of the planet. If you're looking at it on the flat map that they give unto you, that the world look like this. Use this as a visual. That's not how your planet look, but use this as a visual for now to see how the land was divvied up. Those places that are cold all the time. Up north, up by Greenland, Russia area, northeastern Russia. Always hot down by the equator line. Given unto him, the Shemites got the middle portion of the planet. Cover the United States of America and all of Egypt, cutting across to India, cutting across to China. That's the children of Israel land. That's why they come and tell you Buddha was what? He was a black complexion person. Also who? Krishna. But that's not why we're here, children of Israel. If you look at the real map of your planet that you see when you're looking at your moon, go back to my other messages at the sun and the moon side, and you will see what I'm talking about. This is how your planet looks. So if you look at the Arctic zone, that's where Japhetite, the Caucasian, Esau, Gentile, God has their own. There's that land for them. There's the land for them. The Tropic of Cancer, that's where the Shemite got, has their land. And the Equator zone, that's what Ham got, has his land. Look at it on the map on the right-hand side, and you can match them up, tit for tat, who belong where, at whatever time. But they did not tell you the rest of Book of Jubilees, chapter 9. Given back unto you, given back unto you, the curse against violating the land boundary that was given unto the 3 races of man, has given in the story of Noah. Verse 14, and thus the sons of Noah divided their land, and get what? The portion which belonged to them, and he made them swear an oath to curse each other, everyone who desired to seize a portion of the land that was not given unto him in his lot. That's the curse that was made. That's the promise that was made. And they swore an oath and a curse. And they said, so be it. So be it. Let it be them and their sons forever, which honor this agreement for all generation until the judgment in which the Lord will judge them with a what? Sword. That's the first fire war coming to you. Sword. That's the first fire war coming to you. Conflagration. That's the first one. War. Or with a fire. That's the second one. Red Kachina coming up to purify the land. If you're in a location that was not allotted unto you, so who controlling America now? Who controlling America? Is it in an Arctic Circle? No, it is not. It is in the circle of Cancer. That's where America is. So, if someone who belongs to the Arctic Circle is in the circle of Cancer, giving all kind of trouble, holding the land hostage, that's this coming to that person. The sword and the fire at the time of judgment, which is now giving you back the fullness of why things are happening. Zephaniah 2 verse 13, he, though Melchizedek, Jehovah, will stretch out his hand against the man from the north and destroy America, that he has set up his 5 evil divine law on it. His 5 evil divine law on it. And I will make the south desolate, clear the land and make it back into a spiritual wilderness for the children of Israel. Ezekiel 30 verse 8. I will set fire. That's what is coming to America, to clear off the Japhetite who are on the land that was not allotted to them. Hear me? You hear me, children of Israel? That land and his helpers helping him run its 5 divine evil laws upon the children of Israel, telling you control on the land, air, water. When the land is yours, that's for you to control. But we're not done with him as yet. Revelation 18 verse 9. On the kings of the earth, America, those leaders of America that live deliciously, using your resources, using your power, using your land, shall bewail and lament when America is up in smoke, burning and burning. I'm telling you, children of Israel, it is coming. Jeremiah 48 verse 8. And the spoiler, the destroyer, shall come upon every city, and no city shall escape. Coming your way, children of Israel. The valley and the hills, the mountain and everywhere shall perish. Coming back your way if you're on the land, and you shouldn't be on that land because the land wasn't allotted to you. And it says when the Lord time come, when those time come, you better clear off the land voluntarily, or this is coming back to you. Think we're joking today? You think we're joking today? They shall be destroyed. The Lord told Melchizedek, Jehovah has spoken it, given unto you again. The destroyer coming your way. The Bible, the Colburn Bible, book of manuscript, chapter 3, part 1. The destroyer, Esau, the Gentile, and the world leaders. Forget the days of the destroyer. Only the children of Israel, the prophet among them, know where it went and when it shall return at the appointed time to hand out the judgment, the fire, the purification of America. Coming back your way, that fire, that red dragon, that destroyer, it raged across the heaven in the days of the wrath. It was what? Like it was red, fully red, ruddy red, glowing across the sky, billowing all kind of hot cinder, flames, smoke. Giving you back what is coming your way. Giving you back what is coming your way. When the blood drop upon the earth, America, the destroyer will appear. Mountains will open up and belch out fire and ashes. Trees will be destroyed. All living things engulfed. Water will swallow up. The land and the seas will boil. Coming back your way if you're not clearing off the land. Manuscript 3 verse 5. The heaven will burn brightly red. Burn brightly red. There will be a copper hue all over the face of the land. Telling your people, if you're not getting off the land, if you don't belong there, or you don't send yourself into the safe zone, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, because what? A new moon, that second moon, that is there with your first moon, it shall appear at that time. Your etheric vision shall be back. That moon will appear and what? Suddenly break up and fall to the planet. That's where the dark folks, the fallen angel friends, are being held prisoner. At that time, you will be revealing and seeing what you need to see at the end time. Verse 6, the people will scatter. Hear me now. The people in America will scatter in madness. They will hear the trumpet and the battle cry of the destroyer, Red Kachina, when it coming your way. They will seek refuge in all kind of caves, in anywhere they can find. Terror will eat away their heart. Terror will eat away their mind and their thoughts. Their courage will flow away from them like water coming your way, children of Israel. They shall be eaten up in flames, wrath, consumed by the destroyer. You're on the land and you don't belong there. Nahum 1 verse 13. For now I will break the yoke from these eagles, the Roman Catholic eagle and the American eagle of you, children of Israel. That yoke, that bond is coming off you, and I will burst his bond system that he has on you. Break it up, break it up. That's what's coming. Revelation 18 verse 22. And the voice of all his industry that he has given your lives shall be heard. No more entertainment industry. Gone, gone, gone. And the musician, all the music people, rap, rock and roll, whatever you're listening, gone shall be heard. No more in thee, O America. And the pipers spreading the propaganda on the people, robbing them of their true history, their true facts. Gone, gone, gone. No more media industry, trumpeteering, all kind of lies. Gone, gone, gone. They shall be heard no more. Whoa! Coming your way. You think this thing is not going to get shut down? You think this thing not going to get shut down because you see this man in all his glory and you say, no. Nobody can bring him down. Rubbish! Coming your way. No more shall these things be heard in you, O America Eagle. No crafts. Man working up no witchcraft on the people, no money craft on the people, no bond craft on the people, no food craft on the people, no religious craft on the people, no political craft on the people, no social craft, and no medicine pharmaceutical craft. Done. Whatsoever craft shall be found no more in America. That's a cleansing when you look at it at the tail end of it. Done. So at this point, oh my Gentiles, oh my Caucasian, all those who tied themselves to eagle, you're getting your final warning to make sure you know what you're tying yourself into. See portion 79. Woe unto the Gentiles. Woe unto Esau. Woe unto the Caucasian. Except they change their way. Stop doing what they're doing. Give back the land. Put the children of Israel back into where they need to be. On those days, saith the Lord, I will cut off all their military might, all the tanks, all the plane, all the equipment, the drones they're using, cut off. I will destroy your chariots, your war machine. Done. I will cut off your cities and your land. The red kachina, the war coming your way, the conflagration coming your way, to cut off the land coming your way. Children of Israel, throw down your stronghold. Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, that control all the other states and force everyone to incorporate themselves in the Washington, D.C. district. Gone as well, stronghold, gone. I will cut off the witchcraft out of my land. Coming your way, you see people, your land gonna be clean and clear, trust me on that. Thou will have no more soothsayers in the land. None of them. The graven image, done. The standing image, done. All them abelisks telling you where the watermark is. I'm telling the people, if the watermark is over their height, they're on dry land, but still in the sea, lost on dry land. No more shall that be. I will pluck up your grove. So I will destroy your cities of America. Seal portion 79. 50 and 51 coming your way. Verse 54, I will execute a vengeance upon the eagle like he has never seen or heard before. Coming your way, children of Israel. Seal portion, chapter 79, verse 52, and it will come to pass. Coming your way, children of Israel. Nothing can stop this coming your way. It shall come to pass. All lying, all deceiving, all envying, all strife, priestcraft, witchcraft, whoredom shall be done away on the land of America and the rest of the planet. But if the Gentiles, the ones who repent, showing the Most High, yes, I heard the message of the neophytes. Yes, I heard the message of the children of Israel prophet, and I made that change. Yes, and I listened to their word. I will establish the children of Israel priesthood among them. They shall come into that covenant, the agreement that I made, and shall be numbered with the remnant of Jacob. Told you that remnant will be spared and saved in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. That's where they'll be hanging out with the remnants of Jacob, the remnants of the Shemite. Yes, if they repent. But if the Gentile repent, telling you the same thing. 3 Nephi 16, verse 13. But if the Gentile will repent and return unto me, saith the Lord, though Melchizedek Yahweh, then there will be no bird among my people of Israel. Telling you the same thing, tit for tat. Verse 14 of 3 Nephi, and I will not suffer the elect and the saints of my people of Israel to go through among them and tread them down. No permission given to tread down those of the Gentile, those of Esau, those of the Caucasian that change their way and come back to what the Most High is telling them, that the children of Israel have to rule at this time. So that's what's going to happen to those who change their mind and stop following Esau, the eagle, and come the way of the Most High. No treading down for those Caucasian people, those Gentile, those Esau people. But if they did not turn their way to the Most High and listen to what the Most High prophets are telling them, I will execute that vengeance that was talked about upon them, such as they never heard before. But if they will not turn, 3 Nephi 16, verse 15, and listen unto my voice coming through the Prince, Louis, Jerome, Armstrong, and the prophets that are coming at this time. I will suffer the elect. I will allow the elect and the saints, the neophyte, those of the house of Israel, to what? Go through the Gentile, go through Esau, go through the Caucasian that decide to follow eagle and tread them down. That's the permission given to you coming up soon when this shall be executed. When George Washington told you, we were in his vision at the point of losing the world war that is on America's soil. Then Prince Louis showed up with the word union, unity with integrity, written on his head of gold that he was sporting at that time. And he showed up with some white angel, and they run through the land, chase off all the people of unrighteousness that was on the land of America at that time. Give it unto you in the vision of George Washington. Coming your way, people, you think this is a joke? You think this is a joke? I beheld until the dark cloud rolled back from over America, together with the invading army of Russia, China, Iran that came, leaving the people of America, the land victorious. That eagle had been crushed. That eagle had been crushed. The phoenix of the children of Israel rising once more. Why beheld once more? I beheld villages, towns, cities springing up where I had seen them before, while the bright angel planting the heavenly leadership, the Azores standard, he brought in the midst of America. Coming your way, children of Israel, that phoenix rising, as I told you, in the keys of Enoch, 105 verse 39, the New Jerusalem counter from Orion will open the chambers of America and provide the shifting of consciousness to where? America's, the next home of the dove, coming your way. The Father's program shifting from the Middle East to where? The Midwest, Denver, Colorado to be exact. Mark the spot on the right hand side of your screen. The dove hovering over America. Look at where it cover. I told you where the Shemites were. That's where the land were. And that's where the dove is going to be. Children of Israel, your phoenix coming. That dove is going to be on your children of Israel. So don't worry about no land where Esau tech, where the Gentile tech, where the Caucasian tech, where the Eagle tech, and where the Roman Catholic Pope take no land from you. Now worry your head. Land is going back to you. You know what? You know why? Leviticus 26, verse 42. Then, O children of Israel, I will remember Jacob, the covenant I made with you. And I'm going to remember the covenant I made with Isaac. I am going to remember the covenant I made with Abraham. I, the Lord told Melchizedek, going to remember the land. Coming back your way, children of Israel. Genesis 15, verse 18. That same day, saith the Lord, told Melchizedek, Yehovah, Adonai, our Netta of Netta, he made a contract with Abraham, saying, O Abraham, your people that regenerated their 13 in one said, that's the seed coming your way. Have I given the land of America from where? The river of Egypt, that is the Atlantic Ocean. When you match it up back to the Assyria, Tigris River, that's what I gave them. Onto the great river, that next river, going westward from the Atlantic Ocean, the Mississippi River, and that's where I will give them. Going back down to the land, to the river Euphrates, matching it up back with the land of Assyria. On the left-hand side, that is what? The Euphrates River. Merge it up back with Florida, the same peninsula shape like Assyria. You get what? The Gulf of Mexico. That's the land you're getting, people. That's what the land looked like. So I tell you, children of Israel, no worry your head, Jacob. No worry your head, Judah. No worry your head, Ephraim. No worry your head, Levi. You're getting your land back. Exodus 6. Verse 4, I have established my contract with them, the house of Israel, to give them the land of Canaan. That's what? The Cherokee Nation land. On the right-hand side of your screen, that's the land coming back to you, where they were sojourning, temporarily occupying the land, because the eagle held the land under Terra nullius. But I am ending Terra nullius, giving them their land back, so they are no more strangers on their land. Coming away, children of Israel, but we're not done yet. Joshua 1 verse 4, the wilderness, the 5th dimension, up to the 9th dimension of Lebanon and Lebanon, North Florida. I give unto them that great river, what? Euphrates, and all the land of the Hittite, southeast portion of America, up to the Great Sea, that's the Atlantic Ocean, towards the westward, going down of the sun era, Midwest America shall be your coast, your land coming back to you, children of Israel. Nothing the eagles can do to stop your land. The boot of Florida. That's what we're gonna talk about in the next message. But for now, oh children of Israel, know that your landline has been marked out already. You, the ending at the beginning. Stand strong, oh children of Israel. Stand strong, oh Jacob. Stand strong, oh Judah. Stand strong, oh Ephraim. Stand strong, my Levite. Let your voice be heard. Stand strong, the Gentile that have and will be repenting in the name of the Most High. Ella, Yah, Yod, Vahwe, Elohim, Netta, Rav, Netta, Kodowish, Yod, Vahwe, Sebayot, and in the name of the Lord, those Melchizedek, Yehovah, Adonai, Kodowish, Adonai, Sebayot. Thank you, my Lord. You have spoken, and we have heard your voice, and we shall walk in your commandments, your true law. That we were walking, oh my Lord. No more wobbling on the left. No more wobbling on the right. No more being led astray by no ego, my Lord. We shall return unto you. Thank you, my Lord, forever and forever. Ever